Alright, you should be live. Microphone looks good. Alright, we're back. We're working on Ertha Joe, Frontier Mentor. Here she is. And we finished with the core sets, the ones that are listed as core set as opposed to magic year. So that brings us to Dark Ascension as our next set alphabetically. So we're just going to jump back into it. And we are looking for activated abilities that target players and or creatures primarily. Um, nope, none of these. Target player loses 5 life. Unfortunately, I have to get to 50 life to activate that, and while that's certainly doable in white, it's not anything my white-red deck is super interested in as I settle into this chair. It creaks and groans. One of the cheap ones. Target or something. Yeah, my last metal chair, like, forever ago, and it was like, seriously, I used to take this thing to flea markets back when that was a more viable thing than eBay as a way to sell stuff. And like use that to sit on while I was selling stuff. Like I used to sell Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh mostly because it was a lot easier to sell those at like random flea markets and whatnot than it was to get rid of Magic cards. Even though I was always looking for Magic cards at such locations. But yeah, and I had that one for forever, and it finally broke. Now we bought this new one, and it has lasted less than a month before the back, like the left side where the back brace is just like started to pop off entirely, like where it was welded to the thing or otherwise attached. It's just gone already. All right. Enough about my poor choice in furniture. How nothing lasts as long as it used to. All I'm saying is that one chair was over 20 years old when it finally went, and I definitely had it before then. The chair we were using before that was like older than me, I think. Where the back spurs were starting to go. It was an actual wooden chair. Leaned back one too many times. Our creature attacks this turn if able, but doesn't designate like where it attacks, so so we could copy the Hell Vault. The problem is I need a way to make sure the Hell Vault doesn't go to the graveyard. Because 7 tap kill 2 creatures forever sounds way better than 7 tap kill 1 creature for a while. Um, the other option, of course, is to save my creatures and sacrifice the Hell Vault for something, but um, don't think the Hell Vault is good enough. Don't think. Could be wrong about that. Oh, let's add it to the list. It targets things. We'll figure out. Either we will figure out a way to make it work, or there we go, Dark Ascension, or it will fail spectacularly and we'll cut it from the list. One or the other. So Helva, yeah. This is a 3-drop artifact. Surely we can make the Hell Vault work. Question is, will we actually want to? Let's see. So far, none of these. Each creature you control gets +1/+0. Creatures I control. Each individual creature. No. No to all of these so far. You would not think it would be this hard to find really good effects that target players or creatures. Those are usually the two things you most want to target. Yet somehow, we have not found anywhere near as much stuff as I thought we would. Equipped creature has tap, deal 1 damage to any target, and tap, deal 3 damage to target werewolf. If it were not 5 to equip, I would actually be kind of interested in this. Not because of the 3 damage to the werewolf, but just being able to deal 2 damage, like fork bolting creatures and players and whatnot. But the 5 to equip is kind of ruining that for me. Alright, so that was Dark Ascension. On to Dark Steel. Or back to Dark Steel. Depending on how you want to look at it. Don't need Aether Vial. Don't need any of the weird charm things. Sack a Lamb, put a counter on it. Draw a card. I think that might be the problem, is somewhere along the line, Wizards decided that they didn't like things that say target player as much when you wouldn't want to target yourself or your opponent with the effect very often, because it makes you click more times on Magic Online and Arena, because you have to select the player that you're hitting when there's a default mode. So they kind of lessen the amount of things that would do this. Still, I could use some target opponents and some target creatures on activated abilities. Target artifact creature blocks if able. Target artifact creature can't block. Specifically this, if able. Oh, there we go. We can run Blinkmoth Nexus and Inkmoth Nexus, and then I can copy Blinkmoth's buff onto Inkmoth. Put a charge counter on target artifact. Put 2 charge counters on target artifact. That's only good if we can find a bunch of artifacts that need charge counters and do targeted stuff that we would want to copy more often. If we can find that, that would be great. Like, Core Tapper would actually be really good, because then we get to put 2 charge counters by activating it, like just its tap ability, and 4 counters if we want to sacrifice it. I'm actually going to add Core Tapper to the list because I will forget that this card exists if we find cards like that. So, just on the off chance that we actually want it. So, Core Tapper is a 2-mana mirror. Mana mirror 1/1. Destructible becomes a 2/2. Yeah, don't need any of these. No. Drill Skimmer, Drooling Ogre. Destroy target enchantment and all enchant. Oh, this is the echoing card. And destroy all artifacts. Emissary, Fireball, Flame Break, Furnace Dragon, Gemini Engine. Flip a coin. If you win the flip, destroy target artifact and untap Archaeologist. If you lose the flip, sacrifice Archaeologist. That's actively bad to copy the ability, because... Actually, no, because if we destroy the artifact, then the second trigger, or the second activated ability, no longer has a valid target, will get removed from the stack, but... I was thinking at first, it's like, no, that just gives me 2 chances to die, but technically it doesn't. It also means that because it doesn't target the archaeologist at all, if I lose the first flip, I still get another chance to destroy the artifact. All of that said, that's not even kind of worth it. Our Clan Stoker, Leonin Battle Mage. Yeah, my 4 mana tap to give a creature +1/+1 is not the tap activated ability I wanted. Yeah, neither is the Bola. I'm looking at going, well, let's see, if I pay 1 and attach it to my creature, I can tap my creature to tap 2 creatures. But that's a lot like just having any of the other tap effects, because if I'm not, unless I'm going to move it around on my turn at sorcery speed and tap half of my creatures to tap all of my opponent's creatures that I can attack, I don't think this is the one I'm looking for. And unfortunately, we can't run Memnarch. 3 mana, those 2 are both artifacts. 4 mana, those 2 are both mine now. That is the type of effect I am looking for, so it'd be nice if we can find anything along those lines. Don't need Mirror Matrix, Moon Vessel. Pretty sure Panoptic Mirror is banned to stop me from casting the thing constantly. Also, it's not an activated ability I can copy anyway, so. Don't need any of these. Oh, there we go. I can use Skull Clamp because actually copying the ability would save me on mana moving the Skull Clamp around 1 toughness creatures to draw cards. Like, I'm going to target this thing, and then I'm going to copy the ability and target this thing, and so it'll attach to that thing first and kill it, then it'll attach to the other thing and kill it, and I'll get to draw 4 cards. Deals combat damage to a player. That player discards a card. Deals combat damage to a player. You may copy the exiled card. Return Steel Shaper's Apprentice to owner's hand. Search your library for an equipment card. No. Alright, technically Shore Strike Trident works. Allows me to tap my creature to throw the trident at the same player twice or 2 different players. Very similar to copying Fling, where I don't have to be able to unattach the trident a second time in order to deal the damage. That cost was already paid. The problem is that I need high power creatures, although if I'm running Ertha Joe and I run enough of the mercenaries that tap to pump creatures, I might actually be able to make this thing a card in our deck. Alright, fine. Shore Strike, Trident. I know Short Strike's not a real word, but I'm also pretty sure that that U is superfluous. As a 2-drop artifact. Yeah, it's mostly the 4 to equip that's the problem on this one. That's a lot of mana to spend to have your creature killed in response. Talon of Pain? Seems medium. Also, it's per source, not the amount of damage that source dealt, so getting more than a couple counters on Talon of Pain at a time is itself a pain. And then we have to use it to deal the damage, so. Yeah, I don't think so. Again, not really looking to mill our opponent out. Sorry, Thought Dissector. Destroy target equipment. Deal 2 damage to that creature. No. 2 mana, untap target artifact creature. See, this is another thing where if I actually wanted to do something silly with the core tapper or a similar thing, because you spend 2 mana, you can target the same thing, untap it, and with the copy on the stack, activate it again, and then untap it again and activate it again. So, maybe? The problem is I have to find the artifact creatures with these abilities that I actually want to use this whole setup on. So, wow, it's a golem and a construct. That seems unnecessary. Why did you put this hat on this hat? Oh, they had a construct in the name and they made it a golem, and that doesn't jive well with the thing. It's like, how is it a voltaic construct and not actually a construct? So they fixed it. Got it. Sacrifice an island, sacrifice a mountain, no. Go to Well of Dreams. Whisper Cloak. No to Wirefly Hive and Wormtooth. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to see if we can find the artifacts necessary to make those things good, and if we want to bother running them, but... Alright, after Darksteel is Dissension. It's not where Boros comes from, so... Not going to find a whole lot. Prevent the next 3 damage will be dealt to any target this turn, and I cast a multicolored spell, I can get it back. My 4 mana 2/2. No to Beacon Hawk. Blessing of the Nephilim. Brace for Impact, no. Bombshell, no. Flames, no. Karam. Celestial Ancient. Demon Fire. None of these are doing anything. Another creature enters the battlefield. Sacrifice Flamekin War Scout. If you do, deals 4 damage to that creature. No. Flaring Flamekin, no. As long as it's enchanted as tap, deal 2 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. Nope. Protection from monocolor. Destroy target aura. Next time a source of your choice would deal damage to you this turn, prevent that damage. Bliss, can't run the Cultist. Carnage, no. 3 tap, target player exiles a card from their hand, activate only as a sorcery. 1, choose a card exile with Muse Vessel, you may play that card this turn. That is an activated ability that targets a player. This seems more funny than good to me. Like, this seems more like it's going to annoy our opponents. Like, how much other hand disruption are we going to have? But I am amused by the idea, so I'm going to put it on the list. Also, I haven't found enough, like, cool artifact things that target opponents yet, so we need to find more of them. Looker Gatecrasher, destroy target defender, no. Target creature deals damage this turn, you gain that much life. Forecast is an activated ability, right? Not a trigger on your upkeep, you may do this. Ah, cool, there's absolutely nothing about Forecast in here. Okay. Like, that might work, but then again, I don't really care about the life. I was more wondering for if I see a card with Forecast that is actually doing something I would care about. I can't run the Right Knife, or Rick's Mahdi. This isn't where Seal of Fire debuted. Stalking Vengeance. No. Target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Nope. Deals 2 damage to any target. If the discard card was multicolored, deals 4 damage to any target. Don't really want to discard cards at random for that effect, though. That seems mediocre at best. I can't run that. Opponent taps a land for mana, tap all lands that player controls. No. And Whiptail Moloch, no. Alright. It's Ascension. Doctor Who Commander. Alright, I think we want to do Doctor Who over here. Because it's one of those things where, because they have the other versions of the Doctor, spell Doctor Who then? Yeah, I do. They have different number systems for them, and that makes Gatherer order them super weird / stupid. Alright. So, +1/+1 for each time counter on it. Attacks, put a time counter on each suspend. Yeah, no. Cast a historic spell, Investigate. Exile the top card of your library. You may play it. Choose a color. Triggered ability. Triggers a second time. Nope. Don't need the Adipose. Don't need Astrid. The Warden. Affinity for historic permanents. Enters the battlefield. Exile target non-land permanent opponent controls until Banish leaves the battlefield. I don't need Barbara. Put a stun counter for each saga. Search your library for a doctor card. Nope. Enters the battlefield in the beginning of your pre-combat main phase. No. Crisis of Conscience. No. Hexproof indestructible until end of turn. Players gain hexproof. Oh, right. This is everybody lives. All creatures except for those that share a creature type. No. 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 Ian has cycling white and 2. Whenever you cycle a card, put a 1/1 counter on her. The Knight. One white tap, untap another target non-land permanent, then it phases out. It can't phase in for as long as Pandorica remains tapped. When it becomes untapped or leaves the battlefield, that permanent phases in. Activate only as a sorcery. Don't need Perry. Probably don't need Romana either. I don't think I'm making the tokens necessary for her. Target historic creature gets +1/+1 and indestructible. Don't need the trial. War games. Wedding. Put a time counter on. No. Deals combat damage to a player. Choose a suspended card. No. Cast an instant or sorcery. No. Third creature, hang on, gotta turn my head sideways, can't block this turn and becomes a coward in addition to its other types until end of turn. Time travel. 3 damage to target creature and each other creature that shares a creature type with it. Nope. Non-creature, non-equipment artifacts you control. Nope. Don't need Day of the Moon. Or the Time Loop, or Delete. Or Donna. Top 3 cards of your library. No. I don't think I need Ensnare by the Mara. No. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, deal 3 damage to any target. No. No, the Flux. The impending flux. To the time vortex. No. Battle cry. No. Cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand. Deals 2. That's still a triggered ability, not an activated ability, so no. Parting of ways. No. As long as it's your turn, each instant in sorcery. Yeah, no. Don't need the Titanic. Exile cards from the top of your library to exile non-land card. No. Soothsayer enters the battlefield, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a non-land card with mana value 3 or greater. Exile that card with 3 time counters on it. If it doesn't have suspend, it gains suspend. Rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Nope. Don't need the general. Enchanted creature is goaded. Would deal combat damage to a permanent player. Deals double damage. Return from the graveyard to the hand. Exile cards on the top of your library until you exile a legendary card. You may play that card for as long as the doctor remains on the battlefield. The rest on the bottom. No. Other dinosaurs you control get +1/+1, have vigilance and trample. No. Don't think I care at all about Gallifrey Falls. Double strike deals combat damage to a player. It explores. Nope. Trample. No. One or more permanents phase out, or whenever another card exile from anywhere. No. Go to the bat. Bessie. Clockwork Droid. No. Confession Dial. Target legendary creature card in your graveyard gains escape. Nope. Have a flick 3. Attacks and isn't blocked. Non-legendary artifact creatures have myriad. Deals combat damage to a player. Alright, here's a thing that has a lot of targets. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. 1 tap, tap target artifact. 2 tap surveil. 3 tap goad target creature. I could goad 2 creatures that way. Don't think I need the Midnight Crusader. 2 tap, untap target creature you control. It phases out until this leaves the battlefield. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value less than or equal to the number of time counters, and sacrifice the moment. Activate only as a sorcery. Psychic Paper. Enters the battlefield tapped with a time counter on it. 4 tap time travel. No. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. 1 tap, untap another target artifact. 2 tap, scry 1. 3 tap, target creature can't be blocked this turn. So if I want to do anything fancy with artifact creatures and untapping them, this is another way to untap 2 different artifact creatures. It also lets me make 2 creatures unblockable, and it can tap for mana. Ah, man, if I didn't have to exile Ominous Cemetery, I might actually be interested in it. Alright, I will consider the Screwdriver. Got to see, I'm like, I know Screwdriver is a real word. What did I do wrong? Alright, we will at least consider that in case I want to untap artifact creatures specifically. Alright, so that was Doctor Who. So, can knock that off the list. Doctor Who comes Dominaria. Gains indestructible, no. Flying, can't attack you unless they pay 1. No. No. Target creature gets -5, -5. For 7 mana, I'm destroying target permanent. Come on, Blood Tallow Candle. Get your stuff together. Board the Weatherlight, no. Alright. I'm looking at Bold Pyromancer right now because Planeswalker abilities are not mana abilities, and she targets a player to deal 2 damage, which means if I activate her, I get 4 mana and deal 4 damage. To, like, divide it among up to 2 opponents. The worst part is this is like a Planeswalker deck, Chandra, and she's still good enough to be considered. Like, good for her at that point. Is she, though, at 6 mana? If I already have 6 mana, do I need 10 mana? I might. But I'd probably have a lot less to do with it in my red-white deck than I normally would. But if we start comboing with stuff, maybe. Alright. So this is Dominaria. Actually, this is the Planeswalker deck. Chandra Bold Pyromancer. Is 4 red Planeswalker, and she starts on 5 loyalty. Or damage to target player or Planeswalker, and I can search for her. Yeah, not good enough. Charge, Clifftop Retreat, Dampening Sphere, Danitha, Daring Archaeologist, no, Dauntless Bodyguard. Since I have to have already chosen a creature, Dauntless Bodyguard can't do more than protect that creature twice. Also, technically it can't even do that. It doesn't target the creature. Just the chosen creature gains indestructible. So it would still only happen once. Not that it matters if it happens twice, but just extra disappointing that it doesn't. Fight with Fire. Just Adept. Fire Song and Sunspeaker. Not even close to what my red-white deck is about, so. Frenzied Rage, Gitu Chronicler, Gitu Journey Mage, Lava Runner, Gideon's Reproach, Gilded Lotus, Goblin Barrage, Chain Whirler, no. War Chief, no. Hazard Bombardment, no. Helm of the Host. Yeah. Yeah, I want Helm of the Host on Ertha Joe. Oh, cool. I hit the caps lock. And then hit it again. Okay. No, it's good job, me. Alright, Helm of the Host is a 4. Oh, it's 4 to cast, 5 to equip. Alright, let's get Joe a fancy hat. She's in cowboy country, she's gonna need one. Everybody needs a fancy hat. History of Benalia, Howling Golem, Icy Manipulator. +1, add 3 red. Discard up to 3 cards, draw that many cards, get an emblem. No. Lighting Inferno, no. Top 2 cards, an opponent chooses, put a card with a silver counter, create a golem. Nope. 2 damage to any target. No. Quick kick, gain control of target creature until end of turn. No. Discard and draw. No. War Caller. No. Knight of Grace. Don't need Quende. Lyra. I get 2 soldiers and destroy target land, so don't need the memorials. Replicator. Ox Amber. No. Vandal. Arctic Wanderer. No. Power Shard. No. 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 More no's. Seal Away. Can't run Shalai. Also, since she doesn't target, I don't get to copy her ability. But I'd probably still consider Shalai anyway if I could run her. Siege Gang Commander will have to wait until we get to Scourge. Sacrifice a Goblin deals 4 damage? That has to at least be worth considering. Even if I don't run that many Goblins, because I'll have the Goblins from the Siege Gang Commander itself. Sorcerer's Wand. Creature is a wizard, it deals 2 damage instead. How many wizards am I actually going to be running where I would want the Sorcerer's Wand? Because tap deal 2 damage is a lot better than tap deal 4 damage when it equips for 3 is a lot better than tapping to deal 1 damage. Or 2 damage. But only tapping to deal 2 when it's not a wizard, probably not worth it. I need some number of wizards. Alright, don't need to Shar. First Eruption, no. Flame of Keld, no. Thran Temporal Gateway, no. Yana, no. Give your end step untap target artifact. Nope. Alright, that's Dominaria. Alright, Dominaria United. Anointed Peacekeeper, no. Cavalier, no. Let's see. No, no. Enters the battlefield, look at the top 7 cards of your library, reveal equipment or vehicle. Have equip 1. Vehicles you control have crew 1. Yeah, even with the handful of equipment I'm thinking of running, it's just not worth it, I don't think. Boilos, Charismatic Vanguard, no. Transformation, Citizen's Arrest. It was kicked, it deals X damage to any target where X is a number of attacking creatures. Drawbridge. Cast a white permanent spell, make a 1/1. Cast a red permanent spell, deal 1 damage to any target. No. Destroy evil, dragon whelp, electrostatic infantry. Run that. Infusion, Pavu. +3/+0, first strike, scry 1. Nope. Amplifier, no, because it's blue. Kicker. Exile each creature that crewed it this turn, return them to the battlefield tapped under their owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Nope. Sacrifice another creature. Hurler Cyclops deals 1 damage to any target. No. Do so much better than that. I don't need the tablet. Create a 1/1. Exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play them. Or choose one of them. You may play it. Choose target creature and opponent controls. No. 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 Sorry, Jaya. No. Don't need her Fire NATO either. Right, tap Power Stone, pay mana, get an emblem, tap an untapped artifact you control, deal 1 damage to any target. I mean, the emblem would be really nice if I wind up doing any of the artifacts matter things, but that seems like an awful lot of awful lot of loyalty to have to get Karn up to. He has to live 4 turns, 3 to get the counters on him, and then a 4th one to activate. So, yeah, I don't think so. Held Strike Team, no. Bit of Dawn's Light, no. 2 damage to any target, no. Where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Phoenix Chick. Spend this mana only, cast legendary spells. Target legendary creature gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Okay, so that's doubling up on that one doesn't actually do anything, so Radius Firebrand, no. Ragefire Hellkite, no. Tap an untapped legendary creature you control, add 1 mana of any color. Sacred Peaks. Alright, so we do want Sacred Peaks on our list for our lands. Especially if I do a budget build. We're going to need some cheap dual lands to help the mana base, so... Sarah Paragon. No. Sarah Redeemer. No. No. Eat Squee. Can't run Temporal Firestorm. Temporary Lockdown, no. Elder Dragon War, no. Don't need Thran Portal. Thrill of Possibilities. Tori. Attacks. All other attacking creatures you control get +1/+1. Other red attacking creatures you control gain trample. Untap each other white attacking creature you control. Nope. Sinner Sorcery. Copy that spell. No. Don't need Urza Assembles the Titans. Valiant Veteran, no. Vanquisher's Axe. Target creature with Defender, no. Don't need Weatherlight completed. Yosha declares war, no. Okay. So that's Dominaria United. Onto its associated commander set. I don't think we have much from, because it's like 3 and 5 color legends. Don't need Historian's Boon. Roberian Mercenary has all activated abilities of all legendary creatures you control. Top X cards of your library, put 2 of them in your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Don't think the mana rig. Whenever another non-token legendary permanent enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 1. If you do create a token that's a copy of it, that token gains haste, sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step. Yeah, I don't really see Patrick being... Copy target activated or triggered ability you control from another legendary source that's not a commander. Peregrine Dynamo. No. The problem is I don't think we have that many legends, so we need legends with activated abilities that we can copy. But we probably will wind up with some, because we kind of have to. So do I want the Robaran Mercenaries and or the Peregrine Dynamo to have additional ones we can use? Because I have to imagine at some point in time there are going to be legendary creatures that we're going to want in this deck because they're going to have really strong activated abilities, because the idea is that they're legendary, you won't have multiples in play. Like Kiki. But right now it's just Kiki, I think, is like our main one. So, alright, we'll add them to the list because we want activated abilities, so we're likely to find legendary creatures that meet these requirements that we're going to want to run, but... Oops. Yeah. Get easier next time. So that one... I don't really think I care about Cadric, though. Like, I'm not going to have that many. The ones that I have are going to be relevant, but I don't expect him to actually be good enough. Peregrine Dynamo. 3 construct 1/5. Alright, so we add that. Was Dominara United? I think we have time to do one more. Oh yeah, we have Dragon's Maze. We'll tear through that one very quickly, because there shouldn't be much of anything in Dragon's Maze. Can't run those. All of the guilds, no. Consider sorcery control deals damage, make 2 1/1s. Beginning of combat. Nope. Boros Guildgate was actually from one of the other ones, so we'll grab it there. Can't run Catch and Release. Can't run the Mastiff. Or can run the Mastiff, don't want the Mastiff, sorry. Not that we can't run him, it's that I'm not running him. Creature you control attacks, put a 1/1 counter on it. Pay white if you do, tap target creature and opponent controls. Don't need the initiative. Multicolored creatures you control have haste and vigilance. No. Aces End, no. Punish the enemy, no.
Patrick.
Hang on. Hey, I'm back. Punish the enemy. So, Pyrewild Shaman. Blood Rush is an activated ability. One or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player. May pay 3 to return it to my hand. It's not a good. Oh, right. It's not going to count anyway. She's, Oh, no, wait. It targets a creature, so yes, she does count. Never mind. Hang on. I was thinking it's not coming from a creature, it's coming from a creature card, but that doesn't actually matter. It's targeting a creature. So technically, the Blood Rush creatures can work, but we would need one that I would actually care about, which is going to be difficult, because most of the ones that would do enough damage to be worth doubling are in green. Like, Pyrewild is probably one of the better ones because it's reusable, but that's still only +6/+2 for 2 mana. And let's be honest, combat tricks are not exactly tearing up Commander. So I don't think this is the time where we're going to buck that trend. If you control 2 more gates, target creature opponent controls. No. Makes a 2/2. No. Wear and Tear. Decent, but we can do better in Commander. First Blade. No. Populate. 4 damage gain 4. No. Weapon Surge. Alright, yeah, I wasn't expecting anything from Dragon's Maze. I did forget that Blood Rush is a targeted ability, though. So that might be something if we can find one, but it's going to be like, what are we going to get? The Double Striker and this thing? Like, there might be one that gives Trample in red. And none of those are going to be worth it, I don't think. Alright, well, we're at the hour mark almost, so that's going to do it for me for this part of the build. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a good rest of your day.